And finally, from Canada, with foreign nationals driving a population boom, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has announced a sharp cut in the intake of low-wage temporary foreign workers. The move will impact thousands of immigrants, mostly from India and South Asia. The immigration program has long been used to exploit migrants, but Trudeau's supporters say it was necessary to address labor shortages in Canada. Now, with rising unemployment, a looming housing crisis, and elections in a year, the stakes couldn't be higher. Our final report has more.
There's a major policy shift in Canada. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has announced plans to cut down the number of low-wage temporary foreign workers and permanent residents coming into the country, putting Canada at a crossroads. The country for years has been a beacon for immigrants. But now, faced with a 97% surge in population, the Trudeau government is rethinking its strategy. Taking to social media platform X, Trudeau said it's time to overhaul the temporary foreign worker program and invest in Canadian nationals. This program, which allows businesses to hire foreign nationals for short-term jobs, has been under fire for allowing exploitation and depressing wages. Recent reports, including a scathing assessment from the United Nations, have labelled it a quote-unquote breeding ground for contemporary forms of slavery. But the criticism doesn't stop here. Labour advocates have long argued that the program is being misused. Employers are using it to bypass hiring skilled Canadian workers, instead opting for cheaper temporary labour. And the numbers back it up. In 2023 alone, nearly 184,000 temporary foreign worker permits were granted. And now, with the unemployment rate at 6.4% and over 1.4 million Canadians out of work, Trudeau's government says enough is enough. Starting September 26, the rules will change. Work permits will be denied in regions where the unemployment rate is 6% or higher. Moreover, the share of low-wage temporary foreign workers that an employer can hire will be cut in half, from 20% of their workforce to just 10%. The impact on the Indian community in Canada will also be significant. India is a major contributor to Canada's temporary foreign worker population, with nearly 26,500 workers in 2023 alone. The country also leads in sending international students to Canada. But recent data shows a sharp decline in study permit approvals, hinting at a broader slowdown in new arrivals. Earlier this year, Trudeau's government acknowledged the crisis by imposing limits on international student visas. And now, with this latest move, the Canadian government aims to bring down the temporary resident population from 6.2% of the total to just 5%. So the government's goal is quite clear: reduce the strain on public services and give Canadian workers a fair shot. But as these policies take effect, the question remains: will this shift help solve Canada's problems, or is it just the beginning of a much larger debate about the country's future?